Okay, it's been an interesting week or so for monarchy. If you've been following the news, you'll know that both Japan and Thailand have had royal transitions. Now, in the case of Japan, it came from the abdication of Emperor Akihito, and it is an unusual occasion because, like with the UK, usually royal ascension in Japan comes from the death of a previous emperor. But on this occasion, Akihito has abdicated due to his age, as I understand it, and Crown Prince Naruhito is now the new Emperor of Japan. Um, and the other situation is in Thailand, where Vajiralongkorn has now officially become King Rama X. This is a bit unusual in the sense that, I mean, unusual compared to other monarchies in the sense that the ascension period from the death of the previous monarch to coronation is quite lengthy. King Bhumibol died in, I think it was August 2016. So we're talking almost 3 years. In the UK, it would be about a year. And in other countries, I think it's something similar. So that's a long period. Um, but then when you consider just how elaborate the Thai monarchy is, it perhaps isn't surprising. I mean, in the UK, we make coronations pretty elaborate. The most elaborate was King George IV in 1820, but the ties really go out. So I want to talk about a few things around this. First of all, just a disclaimer, because I've dealt firsthand with just how extreme Thai royalists can be. I am not violating any Lese Majeste laws by making this video because I am not in Thailand. I am not subject to Thai law. I am not a Thai citizen. So anyone who wants to send vitriolic, threatening messages to me, um, I'm not breaking Thai law. Simple as that. So, elaborate celebrations, I should say, in Bangkok. I think this is going to be interesting to see how this develops. Vajiralongkorn, unlike his father, was actually born in Thailand. King Bhumibol was born in the United States. Vajiralongkorn was born in Bangkok. He's the oldest crown prince to ascend to the Thai monarchy. He's 64, although Prince Charles would be older when he ascends our throne. Um, Now, it's fair to say that Vajiralongkorn is a bit of a colourful character, to say the least, um, in the sense that even in a country where criticism of the monarchy is very taboo, apparently gossip magazines have spoken of lurid tales of his private life. There has been incidents involving foreigners. Harry Nicolaides, who is an Australian citizen, got in deep water when he wrote a fictionalized account, which included unflattering portrayals of the royal family. He finally got a royal pardon. But I'd make a comparison between Vajiralongkorn and, incidentally, apologies if I'm mispronouncing Thai names. Um, I'd make a comparison between him and our King George I and George II in the sense that he is now going to be head of a state that he has actually spent very little time in his adult life. He spent many years abroad, particularly in Germany. And this is from the Wikipedia article. In August 2011, the German judicial authorities in Munich impounded an aircraft, a Boeing 737, one of two belonging to Crown Prince Vajiralongkorn. Administrators seized the aircraft because of a 20-year-old Thai government debt owed to a now defunct German construction corporation, the Dong Wang Tollway, that had risen to some 30 million euros. German authorities representing the corporation's interests in bankruptcy stated the measure was a last resort in seeking repayment. The Thai government, which had not responded to German demands, called the move highly inappropriate. On the 1st of August, Vajiralongkorn's office announced that he would pay the deposit amount to 20 million euros himself. The Thai royal family is incredibly wealthy, one of the wealthiest royal families in the world. One day later, the Thai Foreign Minister Kasit Piromia confirmed that the Thai government would pay the deposit. Um, and the article goes on the 16th of May 2017, Thai officials warned Facebook after an online video was posted of the king wearing a crop top and with full view of his half sleeve tattoo. Bear in mind, this is a middle aged man. Now, It was not a flattering image. I've seen it a few times. That's all I'm going to say. It was not a flattering image. There was other curious incident which was leaked to WikiLeaks in 2009, which showed Vajiralongkorn casually dressed and Princess Srirasmi Sawadi wearing only a G-string, all the while being attended to by several formally dressed servants celebrating the birthday of the Princess Poodle, Air Chief Marshal Fufu. Part of this video was broadcast on the Foreign Correspondent programme on the Australian government's ABC TV channel in 2010, and it was a documentary critical of the royal family in Thailand. And of course, the Thai authorities had a tantrum about that. Okay, that's all, that's kind of a background to this man who's now the head of state of a country of almost 70 million people. Um, Thailand is second probably only to North Korea in terms of the intensity of the personality cult there. Even China doesn't have something comparable with Xi Jinping. And I've been to China twice. There is something of a personality cult, but honestly, whilst the Chinese definitely admire Xi, and there is definitely an attempt by the Communist Party to instill that Mao style personality cult, it's not really, I don't think it's comparable to Thailand. I don't think any other country except North Korea is. Possibly some dictatorships, but then Thailand is not a free country. I've been in hot water before. I've had a lot of back and forth with Thai royalists because I've followed Thai politics for years, and I'm going to say candidly, I think the lèse majesté laws are absolutely barbaric. 15 to 20 years for the perception, even the perception of being critical of monarchy. Thailand cannot call itself a democracy so long as there's such harsh penalties for having an opinion. That's really what it comes down to. And anyone who is accused of this, not only could they face these very lengthy prison terms, they may get a royal pardon, but they will find themselves subject to violent threats from, frankly, erratic and crazy royalists. The whole yellow shirts, red shirts thing that was going on a few years ago, the dust hasn't really settled from that. The situation now is a country's government is run by a dictator, General Prayut Chan. Freedom of speech, certainly when it comes to the monarchy, does not exist. It simply doesn't exist. Um, Now, the counter argument will be, oh, Thailand has lots of newspapers, Thailand has lots of TV stations, true. And you can have debates on all sorts of things, not the monarchy. But my point would be because this is a central institution of Thailand and it cannot be criticized, or there cannot even be criticism of the law, never mind direct criticism of the royal family, even criticism of the law, that's not democracy. You cannot have democracy when there are such brutal consequences for freedom of conscience. And I personally know people who have had to get refuge in this country because their lives have been threatened. So I find the land of smiles is a great facade. Now, don't get me wrong, Thailand is a country with a very rich history, and I know that there is genuine admiration for the royal institution there. I'm under no illusions about that. And it's not for me to say whether there should be a monarchy there or not. That's for the Thai people. But so long as I'm not in Thailand, I will criticize a law I feel brutally violates the most basic of human rights. It's crazy. So, one thing that's interesting about all of this transition, Vajiralongkorn doesn't have anywhere near the sort of reverence that his father did. His father was worshipped literally as something of a living god, the embodiment as a representative of Buddha on earth. Um, Not saying not like a reincarnation of Buddha, but the representative of Buddhism on earth. Now, the current monarch doesn't have that sort of reverence with the Thai people. So to me, hopefully, this may be a turning point. So long as those gruesome laws exist, and I think they will, so long as this dictator Prayut Chan is in power, because it benefits him. I mean, make no mistake about it, the lèse majesté laws have been used, much like blasphemy laws are used in Pakistan. they're used as a weapon. Uh, Political rivals have charged each other with lèse majesté. It's a weapon used to silence people, and it's incredibly dangerous. Um, Thailand still gets a lot of tourists, but this is something I find is, it's something that definitely is not democratic. I mean, if the monarchy is so strong and so great, why does it need a law to protect it from criticism? Because it's genuinely popular anyway. Most Thais do genuinely admire it. So why do they need a law that most other countries have abolished? Look at other monarchies around the world. The last time we used lèse majesté or something equivalent was 1715, was the last time it was prosecuted. And it's a similar situation in other European monarchies. And Japan, I believe, although there's quite a lot of admiration in Japan for the emperor and his family, I don't think Japan has an equivalent lèse majesté law. I may be wrong about that, but without question, no monarchy in the world is as rigidly enforced as Thailand. You have absolute monarchs like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but the point about Thailand, it's supposedly a constitutional monarchy. Now, that would indicate a democratic system. Thailand is not a democracy, not so long as people are persecuted and harassed and living in fear that they may be targeted by royalist mobs or face lengthy jail terms for violating this absurd law. So anyway, I'll just conclude by saying I wish the Thai people the best. I wish His Majesty King Rama X all the best. I've no personal views in terms of whether there should be a monarchy or not. That's not up to me. That's up to the Thai people. But I will not be silent when I think human rights are the most basic human rights being violated. No, that deserves no respect. I'm in my country, I'll say what I believe. If I go to Thailand, I'll be a good boy, I won't violate any of those majest. I'll grovel the royal portraits and all the other things that people are expected to do, but that's the way I feel about it. And to Thai Republicans and Thai dissidents, um, I just hope you get a break one day. I really do.